Hey, Justin, I know another year without playoffs, but did the end of this season feel at all different? Maybe it's too early to answer that than maybe some of the other endings in other years for you?
Um, yeah, that's tough. I'd actually have to really think about it. I think, it felt great to win, right? I think ending the season on a positive was, a big objective for us. But yeah, it still doesn't take away that the season was tough and it was hard, and obviously not anything that any of us wanted. Players, coaches, fans. I know it was tough, but glad that we won. Glad we ended on a positive, and I know we're heading in the right direction. So I'm really excited about that, and I'm excited to get back to winning. And next year at this point in time, be talking about our who we're going to be facing in the first round of the playoffs.
Justin, you played with Jeudy for a few years now. How have you seen him just kind of go through the ups and downs and come out this last month, be the player that we've seen and kind of take over games?
Yeah, man, it was really cool, to kind of see him step into that. I know I talked a lot about it in, like preseason with like OTAs camp and going up against him all the time. Jerry's just showing everyone what we already knew, right? And I think, man, he's a tremendous talent, and I just watch him go out there and play his tail off, for the guys. And this game, win or lose has, really no bearing on anything. So I think it was really cool to see, a bunch of guys go out there and just give it their all. And obviously you get paid to go out there and go play the game, one last game. But still, it was really cool to see. So, Jerry and the guys on offense, I thought they just did, a heck of a job. And, defensively answered the bell, a few times when we needed to. But just proud of the guys and Jerry especially, and just the way that we, could just answer adversity.
Justin, you talk about hopefully next year getting ready for a playoff game, and obviously these guys didn't have to play their starters today, and they did for a lot of the game, and you guys, I think you were up 11 when Herbert went out. The fact that you were able to do that against their starters, against a team that's going to the playoffs, does that mean something to you guys and show that, hey, with a few tweaks here or there, we can get to that level?
Yeah, no, that's for sure. I'm just thinking off the top of my head. 10-9 loss at Baltimore. Now, granted, Lamar went out early, but, that's a playoff team right there. Both games against Kansas City down to the wire, just couldn't find ways to finish those. I think they're the number one seed. Obviously played the Chargers earlier on in the year, overtime, and had them on the ropes there. And I said the theme for us was just just got to find ways to close out games. And, I know things, got a little sloppy today, but, ultimately found a way to close it out, get a win. I know they pulled a few starters there, but, for us to go out there and find a way to win, like I said, in the season on a positive note, I felt like that was important for, not only us, put so much work into it, but for the fans as well, deserving at least, season wasn't what we all wanted, but ended on a positive for all of us there.
Hey, Justin, it seems like every year we're talking to you about having just had your best season of your career, and yet, it's almost an annual rite of winter to be looking for a new head coach. So I'm wondering, what do you think Jerry provided as a blueprint for whoever Greg Penner's going to hire as the next coach in these couple of weeks? What did he bring that maybe could be some guideposts for this franchise going forward?
Yeah, it's a really good question. I thought Jerry did a good job of just being a really strong placeholder. I thought when he came in, made it very clear our objective, and for us, that was not going to roll over and just kind of glide through these next 2 weeks, but really focus on competing at a high level and closing out these the last two games with the win. Obviously, we got one of the two done. Like I said, the KC one came down to, those 5 or 6 plays we always talk about and just didn't make those plays. But so I thought it just did a great job of, just rallying the guys, leading them. And then I really thought it was a great job, too, by the leaders. I think offense, defense, special teams, having those guys lock in and, really focus. And it's just a great locker room, though, too. I talk about it all the time, and it's a great makeup of guys in there, and it means a lot to a lot of them. And so, for us to, like I said, I'm just happy that we were able to close it out, the right way. It's way better to come up here, with the season that we had with a win than with a loss. And so appreciative of those guys and those coaches, man, because it's not easy.
Justin, with the understanding you're obviously going to have a new head coach, not knowing who that'll be, Coach Ivero's going to get an interview. How much would you like to see him back, whether it's as head coach or as the defensive coordinator for the new head coach if he doesn't get that gig or a gig somewhere else?
Yeah, man. Selfishly, I'd love to be with Coach E. Whatever that looks like. Head coach. Back as D coordinator again. Selfishly, I'd love to be with him. He's helped my game so much this year. You always learn. Just when you think you know a good amount, you always learn so much more from just a new mind and a new set of eyes, and the way that he coaches, and the way that affects the coaches, the assistant coaches around the defensive room. And so, man, I'm so thankful for him and his leadership, and I learned so much from him, both on and off the field. But selflessly, I really hope he gets that job. Obviously, it would be great if it was here, but for him, just getting that opportunity somewhere, I think he's more than deserving of it. He's just a tremendous leader. I feel like I could be up here for hours just talking about how amazing of a coach and a man he is, and I'm just really appreciative of him, and he deserves it. Any other questions for Justin? Thanks, Justin. Awesome. Thank you, guys.